Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. The strength of the 23rd Psalm provides such core courage, even when the fear is overwhelming, just to say that psalm. We can't escape valleys in this life. We have to face valleys. And we can't go around them, and we can't go under them, we can't go over them. The only way to deal with valleys is to go through them. My mentor Leonard Sweet said there is a one-letter difference between though, the inevitability of a valley, and through, what you need to do to deal with a valley. That one-letter difference between though and through is the letter R. Now the letter R in sign language, American Sign Language, is this. And in this discipleship journey, we don't do valleys solo. We do them with the gentle shepherd. And the gospel reading today from the Gospel of John, chapter 10, talks about us needing to listen for the voice of the shepherd, the good shepherd. Because when we're on these valley journeys, we have so many other voices clamoring at us. Voices of bandits and thieves. They want to steal our time, our attention. They want to steal our faith, our courage, our hope, our purpose. But the Good Shepherd doesn't want to steal anything away from us. The Good Shepherd wants to join with us in the journey. And we need Jesus as the guide, the guard, the gate, to open up our hearts, our lives, to the abundance that He so longs for us to know. If you're listening to a thief, you're not going to know the abundant life that the Good Shepherd wants us to know. And the abundance isn't about material wealth, the accumulation of stuff. The abundance has to do with an abundance of peace, patience, hope, kindness, gentleness, self-control, faith, the gifts of the Spirit. That's the abundant life that the Good Shepherd wants to give us, even in the journeys through the valleys. One such sheep who heard the Good Shepherd's voice, a sheep I learned about when I was in seminary some 20 years ago, and this pastor preached a sermon a good decade before I even heard it. It was in a class with Reverend Dr. Burton Throckmorton. And he spoke of a sermon by William Sloane Coffin. You can look him up, you can find this sermon. This is the sermon he preached after his son's death. He lost his son Alex, a tragic accident. His son was driving and slammed his car into a seawall, and the ocean came with a mighty wave and took his car and son out to sea. And just 10 days after that tragic, horrible loss, Reverend Coffin delivered a sermon to his congregation. And in it you can feel that rawness of grief. And he expresses an anger of frustration with those who, I'm sure out of goodwill, had the ache to question him. Well, where was God in this? Where was God when his son was behind the wheel? Why wasn't God's hand on the wheel protecting his son, preventing this tragedy from happening? And Reverend Coffin's response. And in it I can hear that he knows the closeness of journeying with a shepherd. For in it he said his only consolation, his only peace, his comfort in Alex's death was knowing that when that wave came to take his son out to sea, that God's heart was the first heart to break. We have the closeness of the Good Shepherd with us on our valley journeys. And we need this Good Shepherd. We need Jesus to guide us, to guard us, to open up those new gates. Because each valley journey is different. And we need different skills for surviving each one. And these skills aren't something you can learn from a book or learn from watching YouTube. These skills you can only learn from the Master. These skills you can only learn from listening to the Shepherd. There's a number of different ways of knowing. They call it tacit knowledge that rely on instinct and intuition. For example, you know how to ride a bike, but you can't tell someone how to ride a bike. You can't show someone a YouTube on how to swim and they'll know how to swim. It'll help. But if you want to learn how to be an artist, you apprentice to a master. If you want to learn how to repair motorcycles, if you want to learn how to be a carpenter, if you want to learn how to cook amazing food, how to taste exquisite wine, if you want to learn how to parent, how to nurture, how to love another, you need to apprentice. You need to submit to their teachings and trust them. That's what the Good Shepherd knows that we need in these valley journeys, is to trust that the Good Shepherd will teach us these skills that we need to survive these valley journeys. So how's your trust in listening for and listening to the Good Shepherd in these valley times? May you be blessed with the ability to release yourself, to trusting the Master, that you may not see the final end, that you may not see the beauty that you're meant to create, that you may not understand why. But trust that the Good Shepherd is guiding you. Know that I'm right there along with you. And it's a daily journey. Praying for the grace. May you be blessed with this grace to submit yourself to learning from the voice of the one who longs to walk beside you in this journey. Go with God's grace. Amen.